Sorry about the break. I actually had to leave quickly to do errands with my mom. But like I was saying before, just helps keep track of your weight loss and stuff like that. And it also has like tips and recipes for what you can eat for post-op diets. Now, the post-op diet is it's different from the pre-op diet because now that you're banded, that you have the Slimband on and around your stomach, you have to eat certain foods till you're finished recovering. Now, it's a 3-week diet again, and the first week is clear fluids, so that would be essentially, I'll just read from the book of what it is. It's so anything apple, cranberry, or grape juice. You can have chicken, beef, or vegetable broth. Sip of water occasionally, and it also says fizzy or carbonated drinks should be avoided. So because it's so much sugar, and then they just give you like little, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a day-to-day what you can eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then on the second week, so that's the 6 to 12 days, that's the full fluid diet. So that's anything from, let's say, fuller liquids including milk, strained soups, meal replacement shakes, so that would be the Ensure that I was drinking for my pre-op diet. That would include something like smoothies, low-fat or fat-free yogurt, anything that you can consume through a straw, pretty much. So anything that's liquidy and you can consume through a straw, that's what you're allowed to eat. Now, because these are such like particular clear fluid and full fluids, it doesn't leave you much to eat, so you're constantly eating the same things. Like I remember for the clear fluid diet, I ate a Jello. I'm sick of Jello now. Can't eat Jello because I've had it for a week straight because that's how I got my sugar. Even though you're supposed to be low sugar, I didn't get the fat-free Jello because it tastes crappy. And then for the pureed is the third week, so that's anything you can mash up or blend. So by that time it was, I believe, around Christmas, so like a day after Christmas or a day before I started that diet. And so when I went for dinner, I had my mom puree all my foods. The turkey, the mashed potatoes were already pureed, and she pureed my corn. So it was all, how you just said, like yogurty. It was liquidy and mushy and stuff. So this whole point of the post-op diet is to give your band, your new stomach, time to adjust to the band around it. Because if you were to eat normal food again, it would get stuck, and then it could create complications. So that's why they warn you to do the post-op diet the full 3 weeks. Now, when you're finished the post-op diet, and then you are allowed to eat regular foods again. Now, my regular food stage started on New Year's Day, and you're customarily supposed to have a cup to a cup and a half of food. Now, it has to be a high protein meals now. So now that you had your Slimband, you can't eat like you used to. You can't eat your carbs first, your potatoes or your whatever. You can't have that much fast food or whatever because you need to have a high protein diet now. Now, it's not that difficult, but like when you're first starting out, you need to really keep on that because that's essentially what's going to help you lose weight. Getting the Slimband helps you, but you have to commit to this new lifestyle of healthy living. So that does include eating healthier than you used to and exercising. Well, for my favorites are getting chickens. So I don't know if you've heard about Swiss Chalet. Here we have them where I live. I get the quarter chicken white dinners, and then I get the mashed potatoes, and then I get the white bun. Well, I can usually eat like a little bit of that, and then I save the rest for later or the next day. But a tricky thing is now that I find it's bread, that your body will come accustomed to the food, but some foods just harder to digest. And one of them is bread. That's a very common one they say, but for me it's bread. I can't eat bread because it gets stuck in my esophagus. and then it just sits there, and that's what they call first bite syndrome. So that's if you're eating too quickly or you take too big of a bite and it feels like it's stuck, and you feel it because you feel it in your chest, and it's almost like it's almost like it's trying to come back up, but it's slowly easing down. And if it doesn't go down, it comes back up again, essentially. That also happens if you drink. So what they tell you is not to drink in meals, because if you drink during your meals, then that gives the food a chance to go down your band, go through your stomach quicker, and you don't want that. You want to have the full feeling for as long as you can, so you eat less. Now for me, I sometimes, but majority of the time, I will have a glass of something at my plate, because a lot of the food gets dry and it leaves marks, like it feels like it doesn't go down as easily, so I take sips of drinks. But you're not supposed to, but I don't really care. So now that you're done the post-op diet and you're learning to eat well again, I found that you can't lay down. Like, you can, but they tell you have to wait 2 to 3 hours. So for me, I wait about 2 hours, and I find that I feel fine again and I can lay down. But you're supposed to eat every 2 to 3 hours. So if you're home all day like I am now that I'm in the summertime and I don't do a lot, and I'm sitting in bed watching a movie or doing something, and I eat my lunch or breakfast or dinner, and I suddenly feel tired and I want to go to sleep afterwards, I can't. I have to sit up in bed, or I have to do something for 2 hours, and I have to, or 3 hours depending on what I eat and how I feel, and then I can go to bed. So this is really tricky at nighttime, because they tell you not to eat after 8 or 7 o'clock, I can't remember. But if you have a late dinner at like 7ish, or you have a late snack at 8ish or something, you gotta wait 2 hours before you can go to bed. And that, I don't know what it is for drinking, but I take precaution and I wait at least a half an hour. If I drink something, I wait a half an hour if I'm taking my medicine at night, or during the day, sorry. That's just what I do, because if not, you'll get a stomach ache. And you don't want a stomach ache. So the common symptoms that you'll get now is more acid reflux, it feels like. But it's hard to explain, but it's if you get something stuck, it feels like you have a pain in your chest, and it's like it's gas in your trying to get out, or you hiccup, or for me, it's a runny nose. So whenever you hit your sweet spot, you will get a runny nose, you will burp, or you will hiccup. And that's your body telling you you're full. Even if you don't feel it, your body's saying you're full and you need to stop eating. So that's what they tell us, and that's what I've noticed too. Before, I didn't know, but when I would get runny noses all the time after I'd be eating, it'd be so annoying, and I didn't know why. But I figured out it's because it's my sweet spot telling me I'm full. Well, I don't need you to tell me I'm full, kind of thing. But trying to think, there's nothing really else that but recommended is you don't drink any carbonated drinks, because for me, this is just myself with my preference, but because I had to give up carbonated drinks in my pre-op diet, and the diet pops didn't do it for me, I'd get headaches from the aspartame or the sweeteners or whatever they put into them. I just quit drinking pop altogether. No carbonated drinks at all, nothing fizzy or carbonated, because it gives you like those pop rocks, but it feels like it's in your stomach, and it can cause upset stomachs, and for me it does. So I haven't taken a sip of pop since my pre-op diet, and I recommend it because you'll lose more weight, I find, faster if you're not taking in the extra sugar, because it just goes right through your band. Any liquid will go right through your band, and your stomach will, or intestines will, absorb the sugar and not the nutrients, and it'll just go right through you like normally. It doesn't sit in your band, only food does. So that's why they don't recommend a drink with your food. So it's been about 7 months now. It's June 20th today, 2013, and it's been 7 months post-op for me. And during that time, I have lost 25 pounds on my pre-op diet. I was really proud of that. But I'm more proud to say that I've lost, in total, with pre-op and after surgery, I've lost 69 pounds. And that's just 7 months post-op. I'm really proud of that. I feel great. I feel more confident. I'm buying new clothes. I can see that like family members tell me I'm skinnier. And it's just a great feeling to know that I'm doing everything that I can now that I know for sure. Although some people may disagree, because I have had comments where they didn't agree with the surgery. But again, I know it may not work for everybody. It may not work for you, but it worked for me. So I'm going to keep going with it. And the Slimband is, although costly, it wasn't covered in my insurance here in Canada because it's considered a cosmetic. So I'm paying for it. So it wasn't free. I'm paying for it. I have 5 years of a dietitian or nutritionist. I get free fills. Like I was saying before, is where they inject saline into my port. So essentially the Slimband is like a little round thing that goes around my stomach, like this. And then there's like a little tube that runs down. And then there's a little port, which is the size of $1, which is like the end of a stethoscope, which listens. It looks pretty much like that. And then they inject saline to tighten my band to restrict my intake of food more and to make me feel fuller longer. Now, this only happens if I'm not losing weight quick enough or I'm eating too much. So what they suggest is that you keep in touch with a nutrition or dietitian, or you read the packets that they give you, because it really does explain all the carbs and protein, and it tells you what you can eat and what they're saying is you can't eat. So like if you were a fast food eater before, you should probably quit that or reduce it. Like for me, when I go to McDonald's now, I can only get a kid's meal because that fills me up, and I usually get apple slices, you know what I mean, and milk. Or right now I'm really into the strawberry Fruitopia because I'm trying to cut back on my juice intake. So whenever we go out uptown or whatever and we go to McDonald's, I'll get a strawberry Fruitopia. Not the orange, because that's carbonated, I feel like. So again, it's all about your preference and what you believe works for you. But so far this has really worked for me. Another thing that is important is to exercise. Now, if you don't have money for a gym like me at the moment, and you don't have a pool like myself, you can just walk. If you have a dog like I do, I walk my dog sometimes. And, you know, I just get the exercise that it will help me lose weight and to keep my body lean. Another thing that I haven't had a problem with, though, is excess skin. Now, because I'm only 21, I was 20 at the time, my body's still, like my skin's still elasticy, so it will go back. And, but I have noticed a little bit of excess skin that's coming on my arms and stuff like that. So that's something that I need to watch out for, because if I have to, then I have to start working out to keep my arms lean and to build my muscle. But for now, I'm perfectly happy with the results. You know, the surgery, the actual day of surgery, I was having a rough time, but recovery was hard for the first couple of days. I didn't get better till like a week after. But that's just because I'm still young and I'm not used to this much pain, you know what I mean? So thankfully I was out of school for Christmas and I had a great support system at home, and my mom and my sister helped me out a lot, so I was very thankful that I was able to do this. And not many people can, because it is very expensive. But like they give you so many supports at Slimband as well. Like they give you what they call these, they give you cards. So they give you like Slimband patient support cards, and it's just the number you call 24/7 if you have any questions or concerns, or you want to talk to a nurse, the dietitian, the nutritionist, anything. And then they also give you this cute little like tiny brochure thingy, and inside just reveals your number, your tag number or whatever, and that just tells you that's the number on Slimband. It's like if you get implants, they have a little code. That's what Slimband is pretty much. And you just need to bring those every time you go to the emergency room or the doctors, and it just lets them know that you have that in case there's some complications and they need to do something, then they have that resources. But other than that, there's nothing really much else to say. Just keep active, and if you choose to get this, or if you have gotten this, you know, you gotta be prepared to dedicate you to this new lifestyle. With diets, I found I'd commit for a week, but then I'd give up and I'd crave, and I'd just give in to the temptations of junk food or fried food or pop, you know. And now I find that I have to be more disciplined. But you can treat yourself. Like they tell you, if you want a piece of cheesecake, you can have a piece of cheesecake every day. But you just have to be proportioned with your foods, and you have to make sure that if you're going to eat cheesecake, you can't make that a meal replacement. You know, because your body needs these nutrients to make sure that you stay healthy while you still lose weight. Now, that's all I have to say, you know. There's nothing much else I can say right now. I'm 7 months post-op, down 69 pounds, and I'm feeling great. I think I'll do another video later on when I lose more weight about my before and after. But right now I don't know how to do that because I just started using this computer webcam system. So that's all I have to say for today. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions about Slimband, just leave them in the comments below, and if I can answer them, I'll do my best. If not, message me. And if you like this video, click the like button. If you didn't like it, click the dislike button. You know, whoever's preference. Doesn't matter to me. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscription bar, and I'll make more and post more later. Talk to you guys later. Bye.